very good afternoon. Welcome back, and welcome today to a place in Florida, actually on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Here to do a little adventure. What I've decided to do is to get my new kayak out. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to head down the coast here a mile or so, and there's a very special shipwreck. It's called the Donna Kay, and it's been there a little while now, but even the big hurricane that hit this region about just almost exactly a year ago, Hurricane Michael, even that didn't shift it, and it's still stuck there in the sand. So the intention today is to paddle down the coast, try and catch it at sunset, maybe try and go for a Milky Way shot and some star trails later on, and even possibly try and get sunrise in the morning. So going for 4 shots altogether. Now, I've been watching the weather, and it's a little windier than I'd hoped, but that at least will keep the bugs away. Temperature should start to drop pretty soon. It's almost 5 o'clock, and sunset's about 7:30. So that should give me plenty of time. We've got a very clear sky tonight, at least that's what all the indications are. But you can't have a clear sky and a great sunset, so no clouds in the sky at the moment for sunset. But even so, I'm hoping to capture a few nice pictures, and we'll see what the Donna Kay looks like when we get there. So we'll get the kayak all packed up and head out and see what happens. Alright, so this is the shipwreck of the Donna Kay. Made it. The sea, it seems to be calming down a little now, but when I was out there it was actually pretty rough. So nice little adventure getting down here. But as you can see, the Donna Kay is still here and looking pretty good for being on this coast, shipwrecked for the last, I think it's about 3 years now, certainly 2. And as I was saying before, we got the Hurricane Michael that came through here almost a year ago today, and yet it looks pretty intact, so I'm not quite sure whether it missed it or it's just built well. But that cabin looks as though you could almost sleep in it, so I don't think I will. So as I said before, I've got 4 shots in mind. First one being sunset. Sunset is in the west, almost exactly west. That's going to be in this direction tonight, and as you can see, not a cloud in the sky. That's not a surprise, because I was looking for a clear sky for the stars tonight. But it's still a little bit of a shame there wasn't any pop-up sort of popcorn clouds from this afternoon, just to catch the light as it goes down over the horizon. Anyway, I need a composition for sunset, and if it's not going to look that great towards the sun, maybe I'll do something with the seashore with the Donna Kay in the background, something like that. But I've certainly got to have a look around. Now I've got my compass with me. I also know that the Milky Way will be setting at around, well, between 10 and 12 tonight, probably at its best just after twilight, or after the nautical twilight, and that'll be in the southwest. So according to my compass, southwest is pretty much in this direction. Now that composition is easy because I just want to have the silhouette of the Donna Kay with the Milky Way rising up behind, a little bit of an arc. I know which lens I'm going to use, I know pretty much the settings I'm going to use. But what I'm going to try and do is do a little bit of light painting at the same time. See if I can light up this side of the Donna Kay and see what kind of result I can get from that. Then the third image, that one's to the north. Well, I think that one's going to be the most tricky. I got to get down pretty much as close to the shoreline here as possible and see if I can get a star trail up in that kind of direction. Now north is a little bit further off, something over here, but with a wide angle I might be able to get this on one side and the star trails in the middle over there somewhere. And then of course the last one is sunrise. We'll have to see what that looks like, but that'll be in the east, and east is off in this direction. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed from that, but it should be a pretty good direction from the other side, the seashore on the other side. So we'll see how we go with all of those. And for now I'm going to get camp set up, or at least get my where I'm sleeping set up. It's not exactly a camp. And then have a hunt around for some compositions. Okay, this is going to be camp. It's not the best spot in the world, but it's quite nice. A little bit exposed to the wind. There's nowhere around here which I can't get out of the wind, so I think what I'm going to do is use the kayak, just tip it up on its side a little bit, and that'll be a bit of a wind shield for me. I'm not setting up a tent or anything like that, just sleeping out, so under the stars, as they say. Should be fine. Got everything I need. Okay, so I've thought of a few little compositions I want to try. First of all, I've decided I'm not going to point the camera towards the sun, except that I'm going to point it through the Donna Kay window and catch a ball of fire through the window just as it's setting down. So that's the only one I'm going to point the camera towards the light. And the reason for that is there's just no clouds in the sky, so it's just not going to be that interesting. Second option, and I'm not that happy with this, but it's kind of like the best I could find. There's a gorgeous little rampart here of sand, also where it's cascaded down. Now there's a fair few footprints along here, and the water hasn't washed them away. I guess people have been here during the day. But the setting sun is going to give a lot of texture and relief to this this bank of sand, so that's what caught my eye. I've been trying to get the Donna Kay in the background. I could simplify it down and just have the sand, but I've been trying to get the Donna Kay in the background, and also this little palm tree just like right here, which I kind of like as well. So as I say, I'm not in love with it, but it does the job, and I think I'll take that shot later on and put that up. And then the last one I think I'm going to take is after the sun has just gone down and the light's a bit softer. I'm going to do a slow shutter speed, a long exposure, just looking out towards the Donna Kay. So the Donna Kay will still be lit up by the ambient light from the setting sun, but then we'll smooth out the sea waves and the beach on the way up to it and sort of pick it out that way, sort of minimalize it in that way. So we'll see how we get on, and if any of them come out, I'll put them up next. so now I'm going to set up for the Milky Way shot. So I'm going to be facing southwest, and then I've got about 2.5 hours to wait, and hopefully the stars come out, the sky will clear a little bit more. It's a little hazy right now, and we'll get some beautiful Milky Way shots, and then maybe some star trails too. Okay, so I got a little improvised light set up here so I can try and see myself, but basically down the other end of the beach there I've got the camera going on a series of images to try and do a star trail, and that's going to take just over half an hour. Hopefully they will come out. Now I didn't point it towards the North Star, I couldn't get the angle on that to get the concentric circles that you get with the star trails towards the North Star. So I've accepted a composition looking out towards the southwest, or maybe a little bit more towards the west, where the Milky Way is, and we should still get some star trails. They'll just not be the circular ones, that's all. Anyway, hopeful that that's going to come out. And I've also spent a good hour taking pictures of the Milky Way up above the Donna Kay, and again, if those series of images come together correctly in post, with a little bit of light painting that I was doing, then they should look pretty good. So I'm going to hopefully put those up for you to see now, but otherwise I will catch you in the morning for a good sunrise, I hope. See you then. Well, good morning, and this morning we have fairly clear skies, a bit hazy over to where the sun is rising in the east. Well, the Donna Kay is still here, not a big surprise. What I've been doing, it's about 10-15 minutes before sunrise, and I'm just taking some images, long exposure as the waves come up, trying to time it so that there's nice wet sand as the sea retreats, leaving a reflection of the morning sky in the beach at the same time. And I'm getting some really lovely soft pastel colour. And of course the beach leads round and up to the Donna Kay itself, which I guess is the subject of the image, with the leading line of the beach leading up to it. So that looks like it's come out quite well. Sunrise itself probably won't be that exciting, not looking at it now, but we'll persevere and see how we get on. Well, there she is. The sun has risen, but not a cloud in the sky. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the sun to come up a little bit more, and hopefully the sun's rays will catch the ripples in the sand down here in the foreground, and also maybe light up the cabin of the Donna Kay as well. And that will be that when I finish that one, and then we'll get packed up and start heading home. Okay, I'm just about all packed up, got the kayak pretty much stored away. So it's almost time to say goodbye to this lovely place, and I'm going to say goodbye to you as well now. Head off up the coast here and hopefully go get some breakfast. But hope you've enjoyed the little adventure, hope you've enjoyed the pictures, and we'll do it all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.